Hey, we are here once more with Terra Invicta, episode 5.
Woo.
Thanks for being here, guys. I'm very excited to get back to the campaign. Couldn't play it last week, but that's okay because I was completely swamped with audiobook work. So I worked probably like 50 hours in the last 4 or 5 days, something like that. Just all day, every day, doing audiobook stuff, but that's okay. It's a book about the horror genre, so that's fun. Anyway, I'm tired. That's really what I wanted to say. But I am also excited to play some Dungeons and Dragons, so bear with me if I'm a little weird. I would up this morning and was just like harassing Carly with weird noises. She was very amused. She wasn't actually harassed. It was just like, I was just being weird.
Just imagine Caleb walking around making pterodactyl noises right now.
No, it wasn't that. I was singing Home on the Range in like 60 different voices, just kept alternating between them.
At the same time.
No,
Caleb, that's true talent.
I kept alternating between them. Anyway, we're here. We're going to play some Terra Invicta. We don't have to do goals or anything, so we can really just jump right into it. You guys leveled up last time. Finally. And you're already halfway through level 2 before you even got any of your stuff. What kind of stuff did you guys get? Like, I know Anna got key points and all that stuff.
And being so fast.
Super speedy. What about the rest of you? I know Queen took a level in Bard.
Yeah,
So
I can
fun.
inspire people now and heal a little bit. I can at least get you up.
Yeah.
I got something and don't know about it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And the ability to recharge magic.
Deli's
That's actually more helpful.
Yeah. Deli's weirdness is continuing. And Audrin actually has cunning actions now, so that's cool.
Yes.
I'm actually smart now.
Yeah.
He had to mature at some point, right?
For sure. So we left off with Lavinia getting back into contact with you, your employer, Lavinia Vanderboren, and basically saying like, hey, I got my affairs in order pretty much. I mean, it's a work in progress still, but like I got all the big debts paid off. Let's talk, shall we? I got another mission for you guys. And I don't remember, she probably says, I think she said some dramatic thing at the very end of the last episode. I don't remember what it was specifically, but
The thing I have in my notes is just that she has a lead on her brother.
yeah, there you go. That's all she said. She's like, I have a lead on my brother. But we can really just pick up with that conversation. Go to you guys in her manor once more, sitting around a table, probably eating brunch or something. There's probably like nice tea sets all around this little table. And she's like putting a sugar in her tea and like stirring it. And Carla's racing around you guys, like making sure you're all taken care of. Yeah, I mean, what's the vibe from y'all?
I just want to clarify. So we are at November 9th.
That seems correct. I honestly didn't remember, so I was just hoping you would have written down something. So yes, let's say November 9th. When we got into the side thing, like the side mission, I was just like, I don't know what day it is anymore. November 9th.
That's what I'm
correct.
here for.
Yeah, exactly.
I got this. View all chat entries for this game.
Yeah, you can just type in November and it will probably.
I don't know if we wrote it all the time in there.
We didn't, but like the last time we wrote it probably was episode 3. Anyway, we could figure it out. If there, I'll do it after the episode. I'll make sure for sure. I trust Emily though. Honestly, I'm perfectly content just moving on. And just accepting that it's November 9th, even if it creates a huge continuity error later on.
Whoa. No. We're just going to go with trust Emily. Always the right choice.
Yeah, no, I think it's November 9th. That makes sense to me. But yeah, so it's November 9th. It's, morning of November 9th. Anna, you're finished with all your legal work. Finally, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Free time.
Yeah, you have free time once more. I think Deli just got some bonus things in her faction. She also bought a drift globe, so that's new.
I also, speaking of people getting able to come back up, I learned Spare the Dying as a bonus.
Yes. Good old Circle of Chaos Druid is fun. I'm excited to get into it.
Especially since we haven't done half these things.
Yeah, I know,
Don't
exactly.
know how well it works.
It'll be great. It'll be super great. We talked about I'm just trying to like recap for myself here a little bit. Takeway, you got a level of bard, and we figured out it was just like you just manifested it. Just kind of,
and I think that kind of like impressed
Muriel.
Muriel a little bit, and so she's like, okay, I'll tell you what, like you do something for me. I don't know what that thing is, but that's basically what was implied, right? That like you do something for me, and maybe I'll like train you up. She's
told you about that before you manifested bardic abilities, but now she's definitely very impressed, and she's probably gonna, teach you anyway. But she still has a mission that she would like you to do. Which anytime you guys want to tackle that, feel free, and I have all that all ready to go. But and then Audrin, carpenter's tools. You were going to be practicing that. We can talk about as soon as you have another day of free time. We can talk about doing that. But real quick, I'll break down just very briefly the rules that I found for that. So I'm even changing them a little bit from what I actually found. But it helped me think in the right direction for how to do this. So what we're going to do is for carpenter's tools. We're going to do, it's going to take 1,000 hours of training divided by your ability score. 1,000 hours. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. The number 1,000 divided by your intelligence score is the days that it equals to be proficient in it. That's what this is. What's your intelligence again? Isn't it 16?
17.
17. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to,
looks like we got a real smarty over here.
Indeed, yeah. That's the main thing that he's good at. So yeah, 1,000 divided by 17.
It's the only thing I'm good at.
So it's going to take you 58 days of training to get it. And you can pay, it will cost you 1 gold a day to do it. Or the optional rule is you can do it in half that amount of time. For double the price, right? So instead of 58 gold, you can do it. Instead of 58 days for 58 gold, you can do it in whatever 58 divided by 2 is. I'm not looking at
29.
29. You can do it at 29 days for double 58 gold, right? For 100 whatever.
116.
Yeah, I don't like math, and I don't do it anymore. We have parted ways. But
that's why we play on Roll20 instead of in real life.
Exactly. Yes.
It has nothing to do with geographical location
Definitely
at
nothing
all whatsoever.
Yeah. But yeah, so those are options for you to do. So if you want to, and basically the way it will work is you can do it day by day as well. So you could say, I'm paying 2 gold to have this 1 day count as 2 days, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
And there's someone in the Azure district who can do that for you for sure. That you would be able to connect to because of the Adamant League. So you don't have to roll to find them or anything.
Okay.
But yeah, you can keep track of that whenever you want to try to do anything like that, if that works for you.
I just got to make sure. Let's see. How many sessions did we get for Terra Nullius? 75?
75, yeah.
So I just got to make sure that I do more than one a session.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we're going to have a lot more time is going to pass in this campaign than did in Terra Nullius, I think. There's going to be a lot more downtime, a lot more travel, a lot more like that sort of vibe where stuff will just be kind of happening in the background, but no game or no adventure is actually happening. That's
time skips.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll have more opportunity to do those sorts of things.
Like for example, didn't we just have like a 3-day time skip? So that
exactly.
or like a 2-3 day one for Anna. So you could do that there too. That's already.
Except Audrin didn't have any money, so
that's true. Well, no, he just got it from the gladiator.
Yes, but what I'm saying now is we've just passed that 3 days. After you got the money. Ow.
But I thought we needed another 2 for her to finish up her legal business.
Oh, you're right.
Wait, so are we like?
I think that's true. Oh man,
because I thought she did like almost a whole week, and we only spent 3 days on the gladiator thing.
It definitely wasn't a whole week.
Are we
I think
3 days afterward?
I think only 3 days passed.
Oh, okay.
I think there was maybe one extra day that you weren't doing the gladiator stuff. You know what it was? You had one day before the gladiator stuff that you were doing stuff, and then the 2 days that it took to do the gladiator stuff. That's what I remember.
Okay, so it's not the 9th then, if we're saying it's all the way.
Well, you know what? Let's do this then. Let's ignore that for now. We can afterwards. I'll double check all of that, and I almost listened to the whole season again. I'm halfway through episode 4, but I didn't notice what the days actually were there. But I'll make sure of that, and we can go back and give you guys some free time to do training if you want to. After I double check. November 9th seems right to me, but
if it's a week out, then it should be the 11th.
I don't think it's the 11th. I don't think it was that far, but I'll double check. Yeah. I don't think it was that long, but anyway, yeah.
I have a quick question, Caleb, because I was copying some stuff over from the little pamphlet we made for Delhi.
Yeah.
And there's a certain thing that wild magic has a May. Uncontrollable shape doesn't.
Say that again. I missed a word there.
Uncontrollable shape. I don't want to read this out loud because I want this.
What did you just say? I didn't hear one of the words.
Uncontrollable shape is not a May. It happens every time I cast a spell.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
Do we want to keep it that way? Because I'm fine if we do.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna do rules as written there. Yeah.
Okay. I also don't know if I have a way to add that to my character sheet because I can just do it as an attack. The crit range.
I see here. Yeah, you have 3 different wild things that can happen.
Yep. Wild magic upon wild magic.
Yeah, I guarantee this is not nearly as bad as Jared's character in Anno Domini, but it's close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm fine with keeping that because it's honestly not that bad in a sense because it gives me free hit points, but it also kind of makes things a little.
That's fine with me. Yeah, let's do that as written.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put it as an attack. I don't have a way to take away the advantage, so I'll just leave it that way, and I'll make the crit range 2, so that way we know when it's fine.
Yeah, that works.
Okay,
works for me.
Caleb, how many days has it been since we were down in the vault that had?
That's what we don't know.
That's what we don't know. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that it was. I'm almost positive that. So okay, I guess we're just gonna do this now. So we started off day 1. You got the letter. Day 2, you met with Lavinia. Day 3, you went to the ship, and then day 4, you did the vault.
November 4th, we did the vault.
Yeah.
Then on the 6th, we went to the gladiator thing.
Yes. So then you had the 5th day there was a day of free time. So that's correct. And then I'm pretty sure it was 6th and 7th were spent to the gladiator.
7th was the gladiators. Then the 8th was when we went to the Shrine of Madoc and the collectors and got the info. So then that's what I wasn't sure.
Yes.
That's why I was saying if today is a new day.
It is a new day.
Having
so it's
brunch,
the 9th.
it's the 9th.
Yep.
Okay, that
is correct.
And then you were saying 2 or 3 extra days. And I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
I think I must have just heard that wrong. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You guys.
I forgot that there was an extra day in there where you guys did research and stuff. That makes sense to me. Yep. Because we would have talked about the training stuff again if there had been a couple extra days after the gladiator stuff. Because I remember that Audrey had money then. So, but yeah, we can do that in the future. Figure out when that will come up. So then yes, since the vaults, it's been 5 days. It's the 5th day after the vault.
Yes. Yeah, the vault was on the 4th. This is the 9th.
So it's 4 days after because
Depends on how you count
it depends on how you count it. Yeah.
We have 2 of those magic spiders still, don't we?
Good question. What did you do with those?
I have look around, find 3 more, give 1 to Audrin. So that left 2.
Audrin turns it into a knife slinger.
Oh yeah, hidden blade thing. Yeah.
So we had 3. We gave one to him, and I think so. We have 2 magic spider thingies still.
Didn't you give it to?
You gave one to your people, and then they explained that this is from the.
Would they have given it back, though, is my question.
We can decide that now. I mean, they would give it back if you asked for it.
I would have asked for it.
Okay, yeah. So you guys still have the two extra spider things.
I'm going to put them in my magic spider things.
Okay. As long as we're deciding now that what the reality would happen is that Audrin took one.
He did.
And not multiple. Okay.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm remembering that. No, you're right. Yeah, Jordan, you took all 3 of them. Or something. No, wasn't there a big one? And then 3 small ones. That's what it was.
Yeah. No, we look around, we find 3 more because we had 4 technically. I ate the one to try and go mad, to try and go wild.
Yeah.
And then we found 3 more after that. We gave one to Jordan, then we have 2 left.
I remember Jordan, man, I wish I'd gotten to listen through all the way to the end of the episode. I'm pretty sure Jordan used multiple of them to make that thing. Right?
I have in my notes, give one to Audrin to tinker with.
Did you use something?
I'll keep looking. I'll keep going. Let's just move on.
Yeah, that's all right. We're doing recap housekeeping stuff. That's fine with me. I think one is, we'll just say 1 for now, because that's what you have in your notes. I'll double check when I listen to the end of the episode. But either way, we know Audrin made a thing. So if it took multiple to do that, then I'll note that. But anyway, cool stuff. Yeah, there you go. Housekeeping. So you guys are in brunch with Lavinia, having brunch with Lavinia. What's the vibe of the group here? So obviously, as I described, Lavinia is putting a sugar in her tea and stirring it, and Carla's running around making sure you guys are getting whatever you want. But she's probably putting.
I'd like to think that it's a little bit more casual this time around, since it's like I've been staying with her, some days, and I'd also like to think that as Carla's like serving us and whatnot, that she and Audrin's hands accidentally touched at one point and she blushes.
Certainly, yep. Definitely.
But I don't know. That's just my take. I'm like, I think it's a little bit more casual than our first meeting where we're all like, hi.
For sure. Yeah. So if everybody's just kind of like settling in and taking their brunch, there's like various fruit on the table and tea and whatever else, bread and honey and butter. After you guys are settled in and all ready to go, I guess she says politely, like, how did your job go? She takes a sip of her tea from nice china.
I might say, I got all of our legal matters cleared. It went so well.
I'm glad for that. I apologize again for putting you in that position, but I do very much appreciate it.
I can't say anytime, but it's over now. And I just take a bite of food.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, Takeway just smiles and she's just like, we think it went well, other than men are interesting. They, I don't know.
Yeah, she raises an eyebrow at that, and you guys have. Takeway's been living here, right? So she leans in a little bit and gives you the eyes, oh, girl talk later. I gotta talk. I gotta ask you about this.
And then Takeway just shakes her head, just nothing like
nothing
that.
To tell.
Nothing to tell. And then Anna, Anna, sorry, sorry, Anna over there is just blushing because she's like. Might be something.
Right, yeah.
There may be something that wasn't there before.
Audrin.
Well, to what Takeway was saying, after she's is about to ask more about it, Audrin just does this kind of thing and goes, don't ask.
For sure. So yeah.
All together we got it done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so small talk about the job happens. And then she says, Well, I told you that I had a lead, and I do. It's not a very big one, but, well, I suppose I should fill you in a little bit more on what was happening with my brother. Maybe it will make sense. Maybe the context will help fill in some things. Let's see, how would she start this? Yeah, so I think she says, Vanthis and I were always very close growing up. My parents were rarely around, and we grew to depend on each other. We got into a fair amount of trouble together, too. Well, after one particularly complex prank involving several filters of love being emptied into the nearby water tower, don't ask, my childhood and Vanthis's came to an end. I was sent to St. Ignatius's Academy in Port Harcourt to live out the next 5 years of my life, and Vanthis was shipped out to work on my uncle's plantation. When we both returned to live in the family manor a year ago, we both changed. I'd like to think that I benefited from my time at St. Ignatius. Vanthis, on the other hand, spent his time away, I think, nurturing his bitterness. Maybe he feels like my parents stole his childhood from him. I'm not sure. Well, he no longer had time for me. He slept all day. He spent nights with associates of doubtful character. Oh, and just like that coming from Lavinia, like that's definitely the way that she says that, right? Like that's not her
right
quoting someone else. That's like how she would say it.
Right. She doesn't want to slander her brother, but she's like trying to get the point across.
Yeah. And then she says, well, eventually he moved out of the house entirely. I think he took up with a lover in Azure District, but I never learned the details. Well, when my parents died a few months ago, Vanthis returned for a week to live at the manor, but he'd changed even more by then. Gone was the easy sense of humor I'd recalled so fondly from our childhood, and in its place was bitter cynicism and a morbid streak that sent chills up my spine. After several arguments, Vanthis struck me. I was shocked, and for a moment I think he was too. But an instant later he was back to his new self, all scowls and menace. He gathered his belongings and he left, and I haven't seen him since. I know something profound happened to my brother at some point to change him, but I'm not sure what it was. I think he's fallen in with a bad crowd, perhaps smugglers or thieves or even killers. Although his attitude might speak otherwise, I hope it's not too late. That if he can be brought back to my side, I might be able to talk some sense into him and redeem him before he passes forever out of my reach. Problem is, I don't know where he's gone. I only have a few clues. The only thing I heard is that he's living with a woman in Azure District, but that only arose from half-heard rumors and it might be out of date. But it remains the strongest lead I have right now. So, if you maybe start there, I would ask that you search for him, ask around, see if anyone's seen him. Maybe you'll have to go to Shadow Shore or something, someplace particularly disreputable, but I trust you can handle that.
That we certainly can. Do you mind me asking 2 questions?
Of course, you can ask as many as you can ask as many as you'd like.
And I hope you don't take offense to any of them.
She gives you a look like I trust you. Like,
what kind of person is your uncle?
She frowns. From everything I heard, he was a hard man. He worked his workers. How would she say that? He drove his workers hard, but I don't think he was unkind necessarily.
What did his uncle do again?
He basically owns a plantation on the outskirts, like away from the city. Yeah, I mean, she looks at you, Tikwi, and says, I imagine it was something like that. He was changed by the time he came back from there, so something happened there. I don't know if it was just my uncle, or maybe his entire attitude about the whole thing was skewed before it even began, and it just became more and more bitter. He became more and more bitter by the time it was all over. I don't know.
But he asked him what happened.
My uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The reason Anthis came back is my uncle died. Tragic accident.
Maybe that had something to do with it.
What kind of accident?
I believe it had something to do with a tussle with one of his workers. I didn't learn the details. It was violent. It wasn't just he didn't trip or anything like that or get a disease. It might have been traumatic for Anthis. I don't know. I don't think he was murdered though.
And secondly, when we find your brother, what's the expectation from us? Just to talk to him, bring him back?
Bring him back. Kicking and screaming if you have to, but bringing him back is what I want. If he's gotten in trouble with the law, then, well, maybe we can figure that out too, but I need to know if I can actually bring him back. Please don't kill him.
We would never.
Despite everything he's done, I still love him dearly.
Understood. Well, hopefully Anna here won't have to go back to court for his sake. She kind of like says chucklingly.
Right. And as soon as I said that, from her perspective, that's immediately what I thought of. It's like, oh, Anna's going to be stuck in court getting Anthis out of his crimes now.
Uh-huh.
Well, only if his crimes were
just
necessary for the greater good.
Yeah. Right, of course.
Not just like a public defender.
Yeah, listen, Anna's not a lawyer. She does not stoop that low. She'd be on jury duty any day. Lawyer, not so much.
I misheard you, and I thought you said Anna is not a warrior, and I'm like,
have you seen her?
Dare you?
Yeah.
Have you seen how fast I am recently?
Yeah.
Jeez.
She is so speedy.
Very speedy. But yeah, so I mean, basically, right, unless you have more questions for her, it's just like, go gather information from the city, I guess, right? Like,
yeah, so, okay, so they said that he could be in the Asher district with a lover. That's the last
in Asher district. Yeah, that's the only thing she's heard. What were you going to say, Emily?
Have we established like what our reward would be for this?
Oh yeah, I mean, at this point
this is just like our normal pay.
At this point, she's paying you 100 GP a month to just do her jobs, right? And she already said like, I'll give you bonuses for a job well done. Like I'm a good employer. I'm gonna make sure you're rewarded for a good job, but also like there's more benefits just to working for her beyond just that 100 GP too.
Right. Well, and plus she's also said things like, you find stuff, you keep it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If anything, any of your adventuring you do for me goes into a forgotten crypt, you're welcome to anything inside. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She's not asking you to give her all of the things you find on your adventuring.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the situation. Unless you guys have any more questions.
I don't think so. I look around at my team. Like, anyone?
Well, actually, no. I had something.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Who did you hear about the accident from?
Anthis. He came back a year ago and told us what had happened.
A year ago? Has anyone else corroborated his story?
I don't think we looked into it any further than that. It seemed pretty cut and dry.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like frowning. She's like, she definitely doesn't want to like make any sort of assumptions herself because she wants to believe her brother is not a murderer, but
I don't think I necessarily believe that story.
Yeah.
I think it's more like he probably witnessed it, right?
yeah, there might be something more there.
That's what I'm.
She doesn't know, and it didn't seem
Right.
suspicious to her or her parents when he came back, so they didn't look into it.
Sure.
I just kind of go.
Here.
A last question. What exactly, like, why would we find information in the Shadow Shore? What exactly is there?
Yeah, she looks at you and it's kind of funny because like it's not like Lavinia's naive, right? Because she obviously knows about Shadow Shore, but like I think she's a little bit surprised at how naive you are. And so she just like, well, it's just kind of like an ironic thing for her because she's like, I'm still very new at this and like, okay, cool. I can act like I know things. And she says, well, Anthis has been, I think, taking up with disreputable types. So thieves, smugglers, and Shadow Shore is full of those.
Shore is Shadow Shore, huh?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, no thieves there, definitely not.
No, it's full of rainbows and kittens and unicorns. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I think Audrin's just like staring intently at his cup of tea.
Yeah. And Carla's staring
kind of, like,
intently at
think for a
you.
second, and
Oh my
I just kind of am like, seems like a good place to bring justice to.
Anna gets a slight fire in her eyes. She's just like, yes.
Justice is the name of my sword. No.
No, it's the name of her fist.
Audrin
This is
like,
my quarterstaff, Justice.
Audrin just like takes one of those like slow, like loud, kind of loud sips.
Right, the awkward, like, loud sips of like, don't pay attention to me.
Well,
That's how he shows that he's being polite, right? Like in Japanese culture, right? Like you have to slurp.
Yeah, this is Portuguese.
But definitely in English culture,
Yeah.
right? That's
When-
definitely rude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right when I mean specifically when Anna said about bringing justice to the area, that's when I was like,
Right. Justice. I don't know. Justice. Cool.
he just goes, yeah, sounds like a place that really needs justice.
Yeah, and we've seen that Carla's just been staring at Audrin this whole time, and then when Audrin like looks up from his tea, like after as he says that, she's like, oh, and then like walks back into the kitchen. Cool. All right, so you're gonna start in the Azure District then?
She just looks back at her and says, is she sick?
Probably. Seems like the right place to go.
I thought
I'm wondering if
Takeway
we
was
should,
saying
like-
probably is Carla sick? Probably.
Oh, probably. Oh, she has a crush on you, so I don't know.
Love sick.
She's sick with love. She's love sick.
She is pretty sick,
I was
man.
like, no,
She's
I thought
pretty
you meant
sick.
Sick of love. Like,
I would just say, yeah, probably start in the Azure District. I'm wondering though if we should like maybe split up into like 2 teams. That way we're not just like this like big group, like and they're like,
Yeah, that would be
why
a
are you
little
like looking
suspicious,
for
yeah.
this guy? You
First
know?
rule of D&D: never split the party.
it's so funny. that
I
you
mean,
said
just when
that.
we're investigating, like it's fine.
Okay. Whenever Caleb said that she had a few different clues for us that might give us places to go and look around, my first thought was, all right, let's split up, gang. Like, totally Scooby-Doo.
Let's look for
Hold on,
clues.
guard. So now that you've actually said it, let's look for clues.
Mhm.
I mean, I think at the very like, you know, at least splitting up into like 2 groups, I think would just be a little less like, I don't know. Yeah, like, yeah, weird.
I mean, Takeway, you're kind of the leader.
And we
of
can
this
cover more
group,
ground that
so
way.
You can call the shot there if you want to, and I'm pretty sure people would listen to you.
I mean, I'd be up for going door to door and just knocking on doors and saying, "Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Dragonborn Jesus or Vanthis?" or this other guy, Vanthis?
Anna and Takui are Daphne and Velma. Audrin is
We've
Shaggy.
already done this so many times.
Look.
And Deli is Scooby.
I think didn't we say Boo Boo is Scooby?
Oh, wait, did we?
Maybe he's
we still
Scrappy.
have Boo Boo.
Yeah, I think I was
somewhere. Yeah,
he's probably in the house. Deli's probably petting him.
Well, okay, so keeping a baboon in Lavinia's house, just I don't think she's terribly about that, actually.
All right, it's a baboon. It's not a dog.
Yeah, it's a baboon.
Forgot about
baboon.
Well,
I thought you were keeping him with like your people.
Oh yeah, the Adamant League would certainly take care of Boo Boo. They'd be down with that. Is that where Audrin keeps him normally? Or did you just sell him?
That's probably no. It would be Adamant League. It would be one of three things. It would be A, here, B, with the Adamant League, or C, just always tags around with Audrin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Adamant League makes the most sense because they would be fine. They would be very enthusiastic, actually, about keeping a baboon. They'd be interested.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question for everybody. Who has the highest charisma score?
I'll tell you who doesn't.
I have a 0.
Okay, I have a +2.
I have a +2.
Get this. I also have a +2.
Okay, so basically,
I have the worst.
Doesn't matter how we split up the group.
Basically,
as long
Deli
as
goes
Deli
off
doesn't
on her own.
do the talking.
Well, I don't think anyone was planning on that anyway, so.
You're gonna listen to like a preteen pink dragon?
Yeah, and no one has persuasion trained, correct?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I do now.
Right, you do now, yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks to my 1 level in Bard.
Did you say persuasion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got persuasion trained.
Well, there you go. All right. Audrin and Takui are the team leaders.
Team leaders.
Who goes?
Okay, it's a schoolyard pick.
Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors.
You got to rock, paper, scissors.
Got to rock, paper, scissors, Jordan, to see who gets to pick first.
You know what? Okay, sure. But I will just say that whenever you started it, your camera froze. So this is going to be interesting. Everybody's going to know before me, whatever.
It's all good.
Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Tight. Okay, ready? Go again. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Guys can't use scissors all the time.
Last time. Okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, and Alyssa takes it.
Very good. Okay, so Alyssa,
I refuse to not be more stubborn.
I'm actually debating on who I want to take. I'm like, I feel like, Alyssa wants to take Emily because I love Emily, but I feel like we may want to take Deli just because she's like, I feel like I just need to like keep an eye on her and just like, I want to, we kind of had a little bit of a spat because I touched her that one time and I just want to like make sure we're cool.
My only thought against that is then you're splitting then you're keeping the healers together in case something happens.
That's true. Okay, I'm going to take Anna.
Sounds good. Cool.
I didn't want to choose anyway. I just wanted.
You just wanted the choice to be made.
I was perfectly
wanted Alyssa to make the choice.
Yeah.
Like I was perfectly fine either way, but it's just like this way. At least there's a healer on both sides.
That's fair.
All right, cool. So who's going where? I mean, you we're always going to be, doing more than just going to the two districts, probably. But where do you guys each start?
Where's
I must say,
Azure district again?
So Justice.
So
she said Azure District and possibly Shadowfell, but do we want to
Shadowshore?
Both?
Shadowfell is a different plane of existence.
That's a different plane.
She's not asking you to go there.
I hope not. No,
almost like telling us to never mind.
I mean, I feel like I would leave it up to Audrey, and I'd be like, you're from the Shadow Shore, like, would you want to like go and like check that out because it's kind of your turf?
Okay.
Or
here's the thing. Well, for one thing, I'm not sure if everybody knows
that. Okay, that's fair.
But I do think it would be odd yet appropriate I just think it would be fitting if the two people whose thoughts are, I want to bring justice to this place.
Go to Shadow Shore.
Yeah. And also, you never know when somebody's going to be like, hey, don't I recognize you? And I'm like, shut up. No.
Shut up, go away. Yeah.
Shut up now. I just don't know that Takely would actually go to Shadow Shore first, especially if her lead says that he's living in Azure with a lover.
Yeah.
I feel like I would check Shadow Shore secondary after.
Right, but if you guys are splitting up and each taking one to start with, then one of you would go to Shadow Shore.
Well, that's what I was saying is like, do we just want to take different parts of the Azure district?
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or do we want to, I don't know.
Cover the same ground quicker. Plus that way, if something happens, the other half of the party is nearby.
Yeah, because then also if we're going to Shadow Shore, like I want to go to the Shadow Shore.
Okay, sounds good.
I want to see what it's about. I must go.
Get ready to be disappointed.
Cool stuff. All right, so I just realized that
also if you happen to be within 120 feet of me, I can send you a message also
true. So in my notes here, I did actually write down that the thing to be rolling here is an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I think that makes sense? But I'm perfectly. You probably should do this. I think it's going to be an investigation check with your charisma bonus instead of your intelligence. So if you're trained with investigation, then you get that, but you'll replace whatever your intelligence would add to you with charisma instead.
That either.
So
I have
you might be rolling persuasion if we zoom in on a scene, but the actual like investigating would be investigation itself. So
got it.
Yeah. So Takui and Audrin, if you want to make an investigation check, and then just figure out what the difference is with charisma.
I was gonna say, well, does Anna have a higher investigation?
Yeah, I don't know who has investigation, but
so wait,
I would just.
Oh well, I guess it wouldn't matter because we're adding charisma anyway. So okay. Yeah. So whatever this roll is plus 1 of 7.
All right,
so
7.
So we're using charisma instead of intelligence.
You know what this should actually be instead, and I'm gonna scrap that roll, Takui. This should actually, because you're in the same district, one of you should make the roll, whoever, and then just do it with advantage because all 4 of you are scoping the entire place. Okay. I think that makes sense.
And then we can. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So Audrin, you go ahead and make the roll with advantage and with your charisma modifier instead of your intelligence. We'll see what you get.
Okay. How do you want me to roll that one, Chief?
You're trained with investigation,
it's a difference of 1. Yeah. Okay.
Just roll it and then subtract 1, right? Because you have a plus 3,
but with advantage,
intelligence and.
12 is not much better. Nothing really comes up. I mean, if you like ask her, what questions are you asking specifically? Because if you just say, have you seen Vanthis? You don't really find anything, but you might. I mean, there might be. It just depends on what questions you're asking. If
should we have gotten a physical description?
Yeah, you have one. There's a portrait of him in her dining room.
That's what I figured.
I'll show you the handout again.
We're just walking around with a giant portrait. Have you seen this?
No, you're not taking the portrait with you.
I know, but it would just be really funny.
Yeah. So, portrait of Anthis. He looks like this.
Ooh,
at least that's
probably
stunning.
a little more. Yeah. Probably a little more disheveled.
That's his
now.
like noble portrait, obviously, but.
Wow, he was quite a looker.
Yeah, so long brown hair, brown beard, and mustache. Yeah.
If only it would load.
Kind of a Weasley looking face.
Looks human to me.
Okay, so my idea.
I think he'd probably be played by Johnny Depp.
That's about accurate.
I think
that's my idea would be if we like kind of just walk around and are asking around and don't find anything, is we try and send Audrin to like talk to some ladies to see.
I was waiting for it.
Oh my gosh.
To try and, because I feel like, you know, maybe he can get into like a ladies club or a club with ladies.
Are you telling him to go to a brothel? Is that what you're saying?
I'm maybe not like, you know, maybe.
Pretty sure that's what you're saying.
I don't know. And then he could maybe get some information there.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably can't be seen in a brothel.
It would be very sketchy, yes.
So, but maybe there's some information there if he's been with, you know, some lady friends, as Lavinia was telling
Associates
us.
of doubtful character.
There we go.
Here, let me just associate myself with some associates of doubtful character. So, like, this is going to be the session in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean, you can try that if you want to. Your initial investigation doesn't really open up a lot. But.
I mean, it doesn't sound like anybody else is throwing out a better idea. So
I'm looking over my spells and I'm not finding anything that would help us.
Let me see what I got now. Yeah, I don't really have much that would probably help us in this situation.
Honestly, like, okay, real talk. If I feel like if Audrin tried to do this, people might be like, "Aren't you a bit young to be here?"
No, it's the Renaissance.
Oh gosh, darn it! You're right. I tried to get out of it.
No. But I mean, you don't have to. You know, I mean, to be completely fair, I think even if Audrin did that, it's kind of rolls into what's happening here. Like I think the first day of, like, you scour the Azure district and you just don't find any good clues. Like even people who like say like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Any of their information is like ridiculously old and nothing turns out from it. Right? It's just like, well, yeah, he was living with a woman here at some point, but no one knows who she was or where she went or if he's here anymore or where it might be, you know.
If she's still alive.
Right. Yeah.
He's leaving a trail of bodies.
Yeah.
If she was an associate from out of town.
Yeah, exactly. If she's nobody knows. Yeah. Or if they do know, they're not telling you. Right. So
does that mean we're going to the Shadow Shore?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's with the roll there. I think at the very least, you guys would probably move on from the district before anything more specific would happen.
Can I make a general perception check on just like to see how people react? People that are aware of him.
Insight, but yes.
React. Insight.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Can I roll? I'm good at
somebody
that.
else. Yeah, go for it.
I'm good at insight. I have a +5 to insight.
I guess it makes
+4.
sense for both of them.
One of you.
Can I
with advantage?
Yeah, you with advantage because I'm trained in it, so I can help you.
Okay.
23.
Yeah, so there are plenty of people who just don't know who he is, or like at least don't know anything that's helpful to you. But there are definitely a few people who like know what you're talking about and are like purposely lying to you, because they don't want to tell you anything. But they're like rather unimportant people, right? So it's like, you know, some dock worker, and then a shady person who like looks like they might be a pickpocket in their normal life, but then he quickly disappears in the shadows, like that sort of thing.
There's a bunch of liars in this district,
and elephants too.
Like well,
Remember that from last time?
I remember the elephant liar.
What a little liar!
That elephant's a freaking liar.
liars here. Can't trust the animals. Can't trust the people.
Oh, who can you trust, Ellie?
Myself. Sometimes.
I don't think wild magic does not help you with that statement, my friend.
I know. I said that and I'm like, wait.
Any of the other characters in this party would be able to say that with more confidence than you. Well, maybe not all. And intake, we can trust themselves more for the most part.
In other words, the adults can be trusted. In the party.
Not so sure about that either.
Yeah, you guys go to Shadow Shore then?
Mm-hmm. Is this the same
so.
day?
I mean, if I guess
probably
if I
spend the
can't-
whole day in Azure District not finding anything. So it's now November 10th.
Okay. All right. So
Yep.
do we have to make another? Is it we're making another investigation
Yep.
check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Audrey, if you want to do that with advantage, and then -1 because you're doing it with a charisma. Yeah, unfortunately, Adrian can't. Audrey. Oh, nice.
There we go.
So crit 24 altogether. Nice. Okay, perfect. So, Audrey, I mean, obviously you're in Shadow Shore and you're like, ooh, like I hope no one recognizes me. But to be honest, Audrey, like most of the time you're wearing your costume, so like it's not. Most of the people, at least, most of the people most of the people who'd recognize you without your costume are dead. Is the point I guess I can make.
Well, I mean, there's also going to be people here because like Audrey normally just regularly spent his time here too.
True.
Up until very recently, so he frequent bars. And
so you would know people, but like I don't think there's an immediate like Audrey, no, you were part of the neighborhood watch, get him, like nothing like that. So, But yeah, with your skills, I think this is literally what it is. It's like Audrey. It's not that Audrey's bad at talking to people, right? We know that's not necessarily true. It's just that this is his home, right? And like he knows how to get around in Shadow Shore. Like this is his place, and so he
also thieves can't.
Also that, right? There's a bunch of tennis shoes from various light
oh my
hanging from wires that you're just like, I know what that means. Information
this
here.
This is the tennis shoe district.
This is the tennis shoe district. Yeah. So not only do you figure out from asking a bunch of people around the area that Anthis was definitely seen in Shadow Shore and recently, but he was often seen in one particular person, and this is the lead you find.
In the person?
No. In the company of a particular person called named Penkus. He's a known smuggler doing maybe not animal smuggling specifically, but like various smuggling operations in the city. Anything. So when you ask around, you just keep picking up tidbits as you like follow this lead. Inquiries made about Penkus himself reveal that he's a semi-notorious figure in Shadow Shore, known for his drunken binges and violent temper. Over the last year, Penkus has been less visible in Shadow Shore, leading many to believe he'd moved on to another venue. But as recently as a few weeks ago, though, Penkus and Anthis were spotted at a boat shop called It Still Floats, where they got into a huge argument with the proprietor, a pessimistic wood elf named Ponchi. And that's like the place where your investigation leads you is like this boat shop called It Still Floats on the side of Shadow Shore.
Can you spell that guy's name, Penkus?
Yeah, Penkus is spelled like this.
That's the shop owner.
No, Penkus is the smuggler that Anthis was seen with. The shop owner is named Ponchi. He's a wood elf. He's like an Indian wood elf.
So you might say that this is a Ponchi scheme.
Emily, that was. Oof.
Thank you.
Look, the only time I use my powers are for making fun of things that you have made up.
Wow.
Only for that.
Wow.
Don't let your kid around Emily.
Just gonna totally be savage to my child.
Well, and then your kid's gonna learn how to be savage to you, right? Because that's where he or she's gonna get it from.
It's gonna be a bad influence, yeah.
That's why you keep me around.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so that's
look. If your child's worst influence is Emily,
he or she is gonna be fine, just fine.
You underestimate powers.
Emily, I know you can be interesting, but I know that you can also. I know that you would not be interesting around children, right?
What?
You know what I mean? I mean, what I mean is, nothing. There's nothing bad. I wasn't meaning that bad.
Children.
I just mean Emily can be savage. Emily can be whatever, right? But she also is not going to just like tear apart a child's life, right? Like,
no, just her father's.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm fine with that.
That's what the whole argument is about, right? Is that like he's gonna like then pick it up from her.
That's fair.
I'm literally seeing stars.
Yeah, so that's where your investigation leads you. If you want to check out that shop, that's the next step, I guess.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I've got a hunch that, let's see, boats, smuggling, and there's a common family tie.
That's fair. So you know what I think is true here. So Audrey, you took Delhi, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Audrey and Delhi, you're the ones who like find this, right? Find this lead in our like because you guys are split up doing your separate things. And so Audrey, you get this information. Would you go straight to the boat shop, or would you go like find the other two first? Like it's not that this like place. It's not like you're gonna have to go into some shady back alley. It's like just on the dock, right?
I think I'd probably go to the shop first, just because it's like, okay, we have a potential lead, but we don't know
if it actually.
We're still
works.
just getting. Yeah. We're doing the same thing that we would have been doing before, which is just getting information and figuring things out.
Yeah. So that happens, and we see Audrey and Delhi like talk to whoever they were talking to on the street, and then head towards the boat shop, and then we go over to Takui and Anna, and you guys are talking to various people, right? And someone kind of like comes around the corner after you finish talking with someone that just didn't lead anywhere. And the thing is, like, I imagine both Takui and Anna, this is just not your scene. You don't really know how to get information in a place like this. So you're being way too upfront and open about everything. And Audrey knows how to like grease the wheels of the informants system here. And so you guys have just failed to talk to someone, and they just like shake their head. I don't know anything about Anthis, and just like walks away. And then someone comes around the corner, and they are they look like this. So
it's them.
It's them. Yeah. You see, red-skinned tiefling, one broken horn, scraggly beard. He looks pretty disheveled. He comes around the corner. He's wearing a cloak, but he doesn't have the hood on, or he's not like looking super shady or anything like that necessarily. Just like a denizen of Shadow Shore level of shady. Comes around the corner, and he just like sees you guys, looks around furtively, and then like motions you guys over. He goes like, psst, psst.
I look at her, and then I look at him. I'm like,
yes, you.
Yes.
I heard you're looking for Vanthis.
Can I like, can I already make an insight check to see if he's like about to like lead us into an alley and kill us?
Sure. You can make an insight check for that intent.
Cool,
yes.
Cool.
He is not going to put you in an alley and kill you.
He's gonna do it publicly right here.
It doesn't seem like he's gonna kill us. Maybe I think we should go. We haven't had any luck.
Even if he was trying to.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, so you like walk over, and he's like at the edge of an alley, right? So he doesn't want necessarily a whole bunch of people to see this, but like he's just like, I heard you're looking for Vanthis. If you want to know where he is, and you give me 5 gold, I can show you where he's hiding out.
Can I make another insight check on that statement?
Sure thing.
Or,
yes.
I would also like to make one too.
Or hey, wait. Can we do advantage on that?
Are you both? Is one of you trained in insight?
I'm trained.
So yeah, Takui makes the roll of that. You can do that.
Huh?
If you make the insight roll, you can get advantage from Anna's being trained in it.
Oh, I see. I have a +2.
I have a +4, but I feel like advantage might be more helpful.
Yes, I think it's
not
usually
necessarily
worth.
because I'd have to get a crit in order to.
Oh yeah, out of 22. Yeah,
buy him.
That's true.
But we don't know. We are not supposed to know that.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so you want me to do it?
Yeah. There's a higher chance. I feel like there's a better chance that you'd actually be able to. What up?
Beat it by 1.
That's awesome.
I knew you could do it.
That's pretty cool. I
had no doubts. I don't know what you're talking about.
Emily, your reaction was so funny. So funny. I'm gonna gif that reaction. That was really good. Cool stuff. Yeah. So at first, Takui, I think at first you're like, okay, yeah, this guy actually knows something. And then Anna, you're like, And I think what it is for you, Anna, is like, Anna's naive, right? We know this about Anna, but I think like you have a sense about you. It's like a dog, right? Dogs automatically can tell when someone's a bad person, right? There's just an innate sense about innocent creatures that like they can just tell. And I think Anna is one of those innocent creatures. And you get a bad vibe from this person. And he's lying to you. You don't know how exactly, but he is. He's trying to pull one over on you.
I just gonna say, sorry, all my gold goes to the monastery. We can't afford that. Let's go. Try and like
listen, 2 gold.
Grab Takui and go like, we gotta go.
1 gold, 5 silvers.
I'm sorry. I give all my money to the monastery.
Doesn't the monastery give them to the poor? I'm the poor.
Yeah, but you have to get it from the monastery. This isn't how it works.
He like hisses a little bit and she's like, dang it.
So wait,
listen, I know where Anthis is. I promise.
Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
I just kind of go like, something isn't right with him. He's lying about something.
That he knows where he is. And like,
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah. He's like furtively looking around, making sure no one's looking.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't feel good about this. Takui.
Don't worry, I got this.
Turn around, hit him with the hammer.
I mean, guy, I want to intimidate him a little bit.
Yeah.
Show him who's boss. I want to be like, listen, buddy, you think you can intimidate a couple pretty women here, okay? But we're just trying to do our job. And then she like kind of like puts a hand on his chest and like pushes him up against the wall. It's just like, now look, you help us, maybe we'll help you, but it's gonna be that way, not the other way around.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Intimidation.
Intimidate.
15. I don't think a 15 is quite enough.
We're level 2. Give me a break.
Come on, Caleb.
I was literally thinking like a 16. Like it's close, but not quite. So he's obviously shaken by it, right? But like he's lived in Shadow Shore. Like this is the. So he's like biting his lip. He's just like, I'm not afraid of you.
Oh, you should be. And then just kind of just like, that's fine. She's like, that's fine. And then just like shoves him away and says, let's go.
But don't you want to know where Anthis is?
We'll figure out a different way.
Yeah, I kind of just go, yes, but I don't like when people lie to me. And also, if you really do need money, you can go to the monastery.
You have to fill out like a bunch of forms, though.
Can you read and write?
He just gives you a death glare and then just like swears at you and then just like walks away. It's just like, okay, fine.
He's like, I can't.
I just kind of looked at Takui. I was like, I was gonna say that there's volunteers who can help if they can't, but
now what this dude is gonna do is he's gonna try to tail you. We're gonna see how well he does. So
I was gonna say, can I make a
in the tail on the donkey? Check? He's gonna like get the
are you gonna be actively looking for him or not expecting this?
Well, actively looking would be like investigation, but a perception would just be, do we notice him or not, right?
But it would be like our passive perception.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it would be passive perception in the situation.
But we're also kind of like looking for what's his face. So we're kind of like looking around at like faces and seeing if we know people, right?
Your DC is 17.
Okay. Are we each rolling one?
I'm not trained.
I am.
Just make it with advantage. That's fine. Take me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So he's trailing you. You don't notice it. So we go back to Audrin and Deli. So Audrin, you get to this boat shop, right? And half of the boats have like a significant amount of water in them on this dock here, right? Like it seems it still floats is a pretty accurate nomenclature here. They work, but they aren't pretty and they don't work well. But yeah, greasy wood elf dude who's like sitting cross-legged, smoking a pipe, I think, next to his little shop here, and little sign that doesn't have any words on it, but it just shows a boat that's like half sunk.
How we go in?
I mean, he's just outside. Like there isn't really a shop.
Okay.
Exactly. He's like outside, next to a bunch of boats, basically. Right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Deli probably turned on and say,
the sign isn't lying, or like the name isn't lying.
Yeah. And you even get that like the name probably like isn't what he calls it, but it's like what the neighborhood calls it.
Audrin just goes, if you want to trust anything in this part of the city, trust the signs. They're usually the only things that you can trust here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, how do you know that?
I heard it from a friend.
Yeah, and so
which is true.
Paunchy sees you, and like takes his pipe out of his mouth and does a little wave, and he says, "Hey, you over there! Are you interested in some boats, or maybe just one boat? You probably don't need multiple."
Yeah, Audrin walks towards him, and he kind of does like the dismissing wave, but like, I'm dismissing that. That's not why I'm here, but I am like, I still want to talk about something.
Sure. Yeah, that wave, sure.
Yeah, you know, the one where it's just
the
like,
wave, yeah.
Yeah. The Jedi mind trick wave.
You want to go home and rethink your boats.
Audrin, yeah, he walks up and says, "Oh man, I have never had to play a charismatic character to this point. Here we go.
Have fun."
Actually, that's not true.
I've liked Audrin so far.
Yeah.
Hey, Darius was very charismatic. What are you talking about? He's the +5 to charisma. What are you talking about?
Yeah, after he came back to life.
Yeah, in season 2, he had 3 whole seasons of charisma.
Fair. Okay. I know what I want to say. I'm just. Yeah, I guess, how would he say this? Does the shopkeep look particularly shady himself?
Normal Shadow Shore levels.
Okay, so I'd like to, use a inappropriate mixture probably of thieves' cant / just knowing how the locals to associate with Well, Chief, I'm actually here to acquire this little information. That I heard that there was a bit of a spat.
He frowns. A bit of a spat. I do spit shine my boats, but I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about.
Well, it explains why they're so spick and span. But see, we're actually looking for. Oh man, do I just like straight up tell this guy that we're looking for him, or?
I mean, you probably wouldn't, given what we know about Shadow Shore so far.
Yeah.
You'd probably kind of try to beat around the bush.
Yeah.
That's why you're doing the talking.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I think Audrin. Oh, I know. Audrin inspects the boats, like whatever the nearest boat is.
Yeah.
He inspects them, pretty closely, and it's like, I've been on a ship or two myself.
These are boats, not ships. There's a difference.
Oh, believe me, I know. So, yeah, these are just boats. So I'm trying to think of.
What kind of ship did you sail?
Oh, I didn't sail it. I just.
Deckhand, swab the poop deck.
Lots of swabbing. Lots of swabbing.
Very good.
That's how I know a good clean boat when I see one. And I was about to say Darius. Audrin. Gosh. Audrin asks, so what would you say is actually, what is the best looking boat to Audrin? Like what's out of all these boats here, which one do I feel like this is probably the one he's gonna try to sell for the most? Probably looks like it'll go the furthest.
I mean, they're all basically rowboats, so I don't really need to describe one to you, but there is one that looks nicer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Audrin goes and inspects wherever the nicest one is, and between that one and maybe one next to it, it says, so who's your common market? You mostly sell to fishermen? Do you rent them out, or?
He gives you a look like, are you dumb? Like, I obviously sell these to smugglers. Like, that's pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah. So, well,
he gives you the look like, I thought you were a native of Shadow Shore, but now I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, he says, maybe other more interesting ventures. What would you say the furthest one of these rowboats would go?
Various parts around the city. Some people take them to the outskirts and beyond, but I wouldn't say anywhere beyond a few miles or so. And like you can tell, like the kind of vibe from that is like some people will take these rowboats to go outside of the bay and do a secret rendezvous in the middle of the night with ships that they can load cargo onto. That's kind of the vibe.
Okay.
But yeah, then he says, and some people use them a lot closer to home. Really depends on what you're looking for.
Oh, closer to home.
He kind of like looks across the bay, but you're not. It looks like down the bay, I think, but you're not entirely sure what he's looking at.
Yeah. So, man, D&D was so much easier when it was just hit stuff in the pool. But I'm trying to figure out what in the world I need to try to do with this guy.
Ask him use the thieves' can't thingy to ask him about the thing that happened with one guy.
I mean, you can literally just say, Jordan, like, I speak in thieves' can't, and basically ask him, like, what happened.
Put up a pole, string up some telephone wires, and throw some shoes real quick.
Auden just takes out a pair of tied up tennis shoes and just throws them in a boat. Mm-hmm. you know what I'm saying.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who speaks thieves' can't needs a bag of holding to carry all those shoes.
Okay, so yeah. Audrin, and I mean, kind of my thought was that Audrin would kind of be using thieves' can't the whole time.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you can just make the roll if that's your goal.
Yeah, and I guess I'll ask more specifically just about recent business.
What would you ask?
I would ask specifically about recent business that business ventures that he's had, and I might somehow word it in a way that's like, who do I talk to?
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Boop.
Yes, certainly good enough. Yeah, so he looks around and he says, now listen, I wouldn't tell this to just anyone, but if you're looking for recent news about a spat, I might be able to hawk a loogie your way, if you know what I mean. Now,
Billy goes, ew.
yes. I may have sold a boat to them. They're arguing about something. They seemed excited, maybe. Arguing about directions, I seem to recall. They loaded some lamp oil, lanterns, rope into one of my finest boats, and they left. I'm not sure where they went, but they headed west. That's all I know.
Okay, what do I pick up in Thieves? Like, what's he doing in Thieves' Can't? What's kind of the is he like giving any extra messages with that?
Honestly, that's probably what you get from the Thieves' Can't, but he's probably talking about the weather and seagulls and whatever else, right? Yeah.
Okay.
They got into a boat and headed with supplies and headed west.
Yeah. Yeah, they seemed excited / arguing with each other about something, maybe directions, strategy, something like that. What the plan was. But you guys are like, I don't remember specifically which one of these is the boat shop, but along this is where the boat shop is, and so west would be down this way.
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah. And we were in the same area, but just like over here-ish with her boat, right?
Yeah, her boat was, this was the dock her boat was supposed to be at, and it was actually like out here.
Okay.
So yeah, they went in the opposite direction from that. But
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he says that's all I know, and I never got the boat back. I mean, it wasn't rental, so I'm fine with that. But
so he bought the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's like, I haven't seen them since then.
Ever seen them before?
People like them are seen from time to time. Yes.
People like them are seen from time to time. Okay, what a statement.
Very helpful statement.
No, it's actually kind of it is helpful.
Pancus was a smuggler, and as you know, smuggling is my business. And he's again saying all this in Thieves' Can't. This is like the broad-faced what he's actually communicating to you. So
yeah.
As you know, seagull droppings is what I like best.
The whole time, Deli's just sitting there, having heard this all day, going,
I have no idea what's going on.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Audrey's been speaking in Thieves' Cant the entire day, and Deli's just like, I have no clue what's going on at all.
She's not even paying attention. She's just like looking for animals or whatnot, just seeing rats and like gross things.
A two-headed fish that comes up on the shore.
Oh yeah, rat. I love rat tail. Rat tail's amazing. Do you know? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, and like,
It's so gross.
Okay, so I am assuming like out of Thieves' Cant, this probably sounds like, yeah, I'd like to donate I'd like to donate 2 gold to help your boat shop and support your business. And what it says in Thieves' Cant is more of, so do you know how I can maybe, or something along the lines of, it would be great to get in touch so I can see about potential business partnerships or business dealings.
Yeah, he nods. All right.
So yeah, I'll give him the 2.
Cool. Yeah. He nods.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably all you're gonna get out of this guy. But then,
yeah,
if Audrin and Takewee are gonna meet up again, and what's it called?
And I guess I kind of just communicate, if you
hear anything else,
if you hear anything, if you hear anything else, or if you hear that he's looking for business partners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. He nods and says, "Oh, all right."
Cool. Yeah, and then I guess we regroup.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I assume you exchange information. I mean, yeah, I guess Takewee and Anna, do you describe the dude?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, Audrin.
Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant by exchange information. I thought you meant with the guy so he can.
No.
Like, why would you do that?
No, I was talking.
Say, hey, reach out to Takewee if you hear anything.
Yeah. So
I'm a part of the Adamant League. You can find me with
Audrin. So you get that description from Takewee, right? And you know who that is, right? Red skin, broken horn, scraggly beard. It can only be one person. I mean, it could probably be another person, but you're pretty sure who it is.
Okay, I immediately want to do a, I think just as a reaction, he'd be like looking around.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, go make a perception. Yeah.
Oop.
No. 5 is not gonna cut it.
Just like more like a okay.
Yeah. A little bit too panicked to get a proper look.
Yeah. So I'm just like, but I mean, I don't know. He was lying. I mean, he may actually know, but I don't know. I tried to get the information out of him, but he didn't seem too fazed by me.
Basically, he knows where Anthis is, but he's also not a good person.
I just realized, and now he knows you have association with Audrin.
I imagine, are we in a little CD bar or something like that, meeting back up, or are we just
Yeah, they say you're in the skinned man.
Appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I have ordered a bottle of water if they have it.
They do not have that.
I would like to get your best Fiji.
Yeah, no.
Can I have water with lemon, please?
No.
Actually, I'd like some sparkling water, please.
They're like, get out of here. We don't serve your kind.
You have LaCroix?
It's pronounced LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Yeah. So
is Deli even allowed inside?
It's fine. They don't.
Yeah, it's the Shadow Shore.
Again, it's the Shadow Shore. It's medieval times. She's fine.
That's very true.
So I'm like, okay, so you say that they headed west.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In a boat, so down the river there.
From
From over
right
here.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So down this way.
And
somewhere.
What's on that?
And then what's over here?
What's over where?
What is over here?
Oh,
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that they ended
Cudgel.
up right here.
That's Cudgel District.
I'm more wondering what's here.
Parrot Island.
Caleb, what's under here?
Underwear. What is wrong with you?
That was an obvious one,
All right.
too.
Anna gets thrown out of the establishment because obviously she's too young to be here.
It works.
That was brilliantly executed.
Do you know why? Because I usually don't expect this from you.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You need to clip that, Caleb.
I wouldn't expect that from Seth because like nobody uses that anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never heard that one before.
Really?
I've never heard that one. I thought it was so original.
No, that's an old one.
Oh, never heard it.
Wow.
The one I always heard was, "What are you eating under there?" Underwear.
You're eating underwear? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, back to the game. Didn't mean such a big disruption.
I think you did.
This tangent brought to you by middle school humor.
Yep.
But I have never heard a middle schooler use that joke before. So
No, that was definitely elementary school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how mature your guys are, really.
Yeah. What's
How gullible they are.
what's the plan here?
What all is on Parrot? What do we know about Parrot Island?
You can make a history check to know. I don't know. Whoever has the highest history, just go ahead and make it with advantage.
I have it trained. I have a +3.
Just go ahead.
I feel like
Also
Dilly
not
would
trained,
know
but I have a
about.
+5.
Yeah, just
Okay, then Audrey.
yeah. Audrey with advantage. Go ahead. Do it. 12. It's an island, and it is covered in parrots. That's literally all you know. Yep. It's I'll just give you the description. Above ground, the island is little more than a rocky outcropping surrounded by a 30-foot high cliff, save for the eastern end, where a narrow beach affords an easier approach. The isle is thickly vegetated. Thick. I don't know why it says 3. This should say multiple trees. Way more trees than that. Above, serving as the roost for hundreds of noisy, brightly colored parrots. So, yep. That's what you know. It's just kind of there. I think
Seems like a place for a hideout.
animal smuggling definitely. People will capture parrots and sell them. But
Maybe he's smuggling parrots.
I mean, yeah, you could go check out the island if you want to.
Audrin would make it a point to warn the others to stay far away from them. And just not to use his name, but just like
Stay far away from that shady guy you met.
yeah.
Cool. I don't know if you guys have any response to that, but
I mean, I think takeaway's just like, aw, he's trying to like be protective. How cute.
yeah.
I would just say I wasn't planning on hanging around him a whole lot anyway. But I did give him some information about resources because it seems like he was very concerned about money.
He has no concern for money.
I mean, he does. Like,
Yeah.
he's greedy. That's
Yeah.
You know that about him, at least, Audrey.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wait, do you actually say that, Audrey? Like, oh, he has no concern for money.
No, I think what Audrin says, like he probably says to himself, "Yeah, I'm sure he is."
Yeah.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Sure.
And I want to roll insight too, because I already asked him, like, how do you know about the place?
So,
with the
like,
signs?
what would I be
Oh,
going
frick.
against anything?
You just tell me,
For
Jordan.
Jordan.
What would the 17 get takeaway?
Probably she'd at least probably like notice that the description and like the realization.
Yeah,
like,
Audrey knows this person. You can
that
guess
there's-
that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's basically what I wanted to know. Was do I put the 2 and 2 together that they know each
Anna
other?
knows it too. Yeah.
Okay,
I know nothing.
Like, okay,
Dilly's still
Noted.
reeling from the thieves' cant.
Well, no,
He's
probably
like,
what
still
He's like, wait, are you still talking in thieves' cant or are we talking in real talk again? I don't.
Probably it. That's honestly it. She's like, She's just been paying so much. Like,
I'm not even listening anymore. What's the point? I don't understand a single thing Audrin's saying. I'm thirsty. And
somehow he knows that they went west. I don't understand.
They're talking about birds and chickens and gold and boats and seagulls and clouds. I have no clue what's happening.
Why are there so many tennis shoes?
That was a pretty good impression of the voice.
Honestly, it was. I thought for a second, I was like, wait a second, I turned it off.
Well, why wouldn't it be coming from Emily's voice?
I don't know. That's why I was so confused. Well, because I was looking down when I heard it. I'm like, wait, what?
Okay,
I was like,
okay. I would like to point out that my video is still incredibly laggy. So when I heard the tennis shoe part, I thought that was actually Deli.
It was very good.
Thank you.
But the weird thing was, like, I heard the tennis shoes line, but then I heard Seth laughing in Seth's voice, not in Deli's voice. So I was like, wait, what?
What's going on? Yeah, if you want to go check out the Parrot Island, you can. Feel free.
Yeah, how would we get there?
Well,
probably by boat.
There's a boat shop right there. Still floats.
Yeah. I'm like, well,
do we still have access to the one lady's boat?
Oh, well, she has a ship.
Yeah, you're not going to pilot that in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, I assume you could probably just rent it.
Like, how much would it cost to rent?
Yeah, let's double check.
I thought that was the thing that Audrin had, that he can.
You know what? Yeah,
get a
I think that's fine.
or a boat.
Yeah, you have
like
your special thing, and also this is Shadow Shore, and you just talked to the guy and gave him 2 gold. So, like, I think you're fine.
I mean,
He'll
I
let you
just
borrow
literally,
one.
I just proved, like, this is how I make these connections.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think he'd be fine for to let you borrow those, borrow a boat quick. And yes, it still floats, but yeah, not a little wet. Yeah, so
Are we all going to fit?
Just barely, but yeah.
I mean, they smuggle animals. Come on.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, so if you take the rowboat and just go to Parrot Island, are you going to go, like, right now in the middle of the day, or?
I mean, I feel like Shadow Shore's more active at night. Probably.
But, like, maybe it's good to, like, investigate the island during the day while we can still see.
Yeah.
When maybe there won't be as many shady dealings going on.
Sure.
And if any point out that we're trying to make a trip to go visit the island, just for a day trip, for funsies.
You point that out to.
I mean, just if anybody like specifically asks.
Oh,
probably.
okay, yeah, got it.
Like, look, this child over here really likes animals. She wants.
Yeah.
She has never gone to Parrot Island somehow.
Like, honestly, Deli's really like, I want to go to Parrot Island. There's a place called Parrot Island.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm like.
I want to go.
We're taking on our little field trip.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any harm in going during the day and then staying a little late.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right. See if.
Yeah. So we definitely see.
We gotta get.
We definitely see a scene. No, you're good. We definitely see a scene where you guys, like, get into the boat and leave, or like a rowing, right? And then we see Stem come up to the dude, right? And look at him and then just say, No, you succeeded. I was thinking of make him paunchy evil and, like, in on it with this guy, but he's not. So he just, like, comes over and like sees that you guys have left, has his, like, cloak on or whatever, and then, like, goes over to Paunchy, and we see him talking to him about something. But he's obviously, like, maybe following you. We don't really see it, and then we kind of fade out from there. Yeah, you guys can certainly go to Parrot Island, and yeah, there's a little beach, right, narrow beach on the eastern end, that allows an approach. Yeah, I mean, you land there and you see there's a bunch of parrots in the trees. They're all squawking away. You don't see anything, just like with a cursory glance around the beach, but you can make a survival check to find out more.
Anybody have survived?
Does no one have survival in this party?
I have
I don't
plus
think so.
3 to survival, but I don't have survival, like,
Man,
I don't know how to survive.
No.
we were definitely
Come on,
spoiled
Caleb.
on
We
Ari.
already know.
Yeah, but I mean that made sense though. Like, why would any of us have survival skills?
I have animal handling.
Take we might, but
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
old
Honestly, I was expecting Takeway to have it, but
Look, we already know that
she was
Audrin
pretty well
has-
taken care of
it's fair.
beforehand.
That's fair. Oh yeah,
Audrin is like the exact opposite of survival skills.
yeah, fair. Well, you survive in a different way. You're not a wilderness person, yeah.
Same. Deli survived her stuff.
Well, who has the best bonus then?
+3.
Telly.
Okay, yeah, just go and roll a deli, but without
Plus three?
advantage because nobody else is really helping you.
Oh, critical
Crit 23.
success.
Okay, that's fine,
Wow.
I guess.
I mean, it's her thing, right?
It's Parrot Island.
Deli would not survive there. She would thrive.
Deli's like,
Exactly.
all right, guys. Well, I'm just gonna retire here. You guys can just head out. I'm gonna live here
Oh,
forever
like,
with
Can
the
I
parrots.
just like buy a piece of this land and
Yeah.
just like
I wanna
retire here?
live
That's like
here.
my new goal.
Seth just is creating a whole new character because Deli has found her happiness.
Yeah. So you find Deli. You find a partially overgrown trail leading up from the beach to a small clearing at the center of the island. And so if you do you follow it?
What's a will save in this exactly?
A wisdom save.
Okay. Okay, she's
Deli is able to resist the urge to just run up it immediately,
Yeah.
thinking it's gonna. She's like, oh,
guys, there's a trail. There's a trail.
Yeah, and so I think you definitely notice with a crit 23, you definitely notice a pair of boot prints that have been someone who came up this way tried to wipe out their trail but didn't do a good enough job. So and it's recent, right? Like it rains pretty often here in West Africa, so like you can tell this is a recent pair of set of footprints, boots leading up.
what she probably says is,
Guys, there's a trailing. And we might not be alone here. There's boot prints. Better not be hurting these parrots.
Can I like stealth ahead because I'm super sneaky and super fast?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
15.
15, okay.
He's like, new friend to deliver justice to. No.
I can move 80 feet in 6 seconds.
Oh, well, thanks for revealing he's there.
I don't know why it has the little nameplate. It shouldn't. That's dumb.
I'm shocked that if there were 2 sets of boot prints, that one of them is the character that we're trying to find.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, like, I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, there it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking like,
There it is.
when we first got here, I'm like, this is the wrong place because Caleb hasn't pulled up a map yet.
Oh, I knew it was the right place because he had the descriptions ready to go, and I was like, boom, we got it.
Yeah, so you definitely stealth up, Anna, and you see a small little clearing, and you don't see anything really in the clearing. It's just like a clearing. You can make an investigation check to find out more.
Look, I can sneak, but past that is where I fail.
As I didn't.
Yeah, so you
I
don't
didn't.
you don't really see anything else. It's literally just a clearing to you.
I didn't prepare speak with animals. I'm so sad right now.
So many parrots, and you can't talk to them.
Can I?
It's so sad.
It's even a
is it
ritual.
investigation or just perception to look around to see if I find the owner of the boot prints?
It was investigation to find a particular thing. Besides that, but yeah, you can make a perception check just to notice.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be any better. Oh, it was. Not compared to that.
So you don't see any evidence of anything in particular. You're good at sneaking up to this place, but you're not good at finding anything here. So
Yeah, exactly. That's I'm good at sneaky, and
Anna's
that's
good
where
at
it
one
ends.
half of being a scout.
Right, so she's like, "There's nothing up there, guys. Let's just go."
Well, I want to ritually cast detect magic just in case.
Sure. Yep.
Because I'll probably, as she goes up, Deli's going to start ritually casting it.
Yeah, by the time she gets back, I
it.
imagine you'll have cast it. So
Just so she can kind of sniff it out.
Yeah.
And sniff.
So I come back and I just go like, I didn't see anything up there, but obviously these boot prints, somebody made them.
They're recent. There's someone here.
Yeah, I just didn't see anybody.
Oh, well.
yeah, you guys go up or what?
I think we just burn down the whole island and
No!
I don't say that.
I mean, look, that's what I was already thinking is if they brought so much oil to a wooded island, what are they doing here?
Deli's out for
Burning the
revenge
place
now.
down.
Was lamp oil.
Belly's out. Back for blood.
If they hurt one of these parrots, I will end them.
Before we get into this encounter, should we take a break?
Yeah, sure, we can.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sure thing.
What does Deli do when an animal fights an animal?
She has an emotional crisis.
And on that note, we'll go ahead. On that note, we'll go ahead and take a break here from Terra Invicta. Stick around. We got more Calabar action coming at you right after this. Stick around.